Hi everyone and welcome back to another Equine Bookings video. So today we're going to be showing you coaches how to create activities such as a clinic or your day-to-day bookings or arena hire or an event, anything like that. We're going to show you how to be doing it. So what you want to do is obviously go onto your dashboards after logging in. Make sure you log in, click on to My Coach Dashboard, and under dashboard you'll see where it says add activity. If you click there, you can also go into activities, and obviously they're all listed there and you can add them then. And from here you want to then obviously just go through answering the questions as you normally would. So activity name, you could just put Harry Sykes show jumping clinic, and then we'll just say it's at Hartbury College, for example. And then under here you want to put in a bit of a lengthy description about what's involved in the clinic. So you've got a longer description of, you could put in the duration of each slot. So for example, if you're doing, half an hour slots or an hour slot, 45-minute slots, and then you can put in the pricing that it is for each of them, or if there's groups, how big are the groups, a bit more about the venue or what you're going to be doing in the session. So is it going to be a pole clinic? Is it going to be cavalettis, jumping courses, anything like that? And then short one. So again, here you could just put in just a brief, very short, one-line sort of thing, just saying, 1 hour lesson at Hartbury College with Harry Sykes, for example. And then here you want to put in the clinics. So what clinics are involved? So activities. You want to say under the categories you've got clinics. You could say obviously equestrian. Then you could put under show jumping, and that's obviously all that would come under. And obviously whatever else you think it would come under, you can do that. So activity location, you can either set it so it's at the same location you've got as your profile. So for example, at your home address, or you can put it as an activity location. So for us, obviously it's an activity location, and here we're just going to put in, obviously we'll just put Hartbury. And then obviously that means that the address for the map will be obviously Hartbury. And in the longer description, you can also mention what the address is, where people know where to go and all the rest of it. And then you can set a feature image, which is like just a main image. Again, we'll just use this, which is just our stock image. And then you can add up to an additional 3 more images along. So you've got 4 images you can add on every activity in total. And then after you've done that, the next thing you want to do is come down here where it says general. So this is just the general settings for how people can book. So for example, we're going to have this as fixed blocks of 1 hour. 1 hour. So each block is 1 hour, each lesson is 1 hour. If, for example, you wanted people to be able to define how long how long they are staying for. So for example, if you want them, if they've got multiple horses, for example, you can say define customer blocks of, and then they can add, they can say 3 hours, and it means that they obviously have 1 hour per horse, for example. But again, that you can leave it as fixed blocks of, and then people can just add multiple bookings into one order. So it just means that clients can add as many bookings as they want into their basket before checking out. If you ever need, for example, to do something that is where clients can have an option of half an hour, 45 minutes or an hour, that's where the custom defined blocks of can be useful. But we would recommend, if you do want to set it like that, if you just give us a call or drop us an email, we'll be able to do it for you straight away. It just is a bit more complex for it's a bit more complex for the coaches, so it just means that we just want to help you out, just make it nice and easy for you. So if you wanted to be able to set it so it's half an hour, 45 minutes or an hour, or 45 minutes and an hour, or half an hour, do just give us a call or drop us an email from our support page, and we will happily help you out. But as I said, for now we're just going to leave it as fixed blocks of 1 hour, or you could have it obviously as 45 minutes, for example. It's entirely up to you how you wanted to do that. And then here you can say, does it require confirmation? So do you want people to request a booking before before it's confirmed and paid for. This could be useful, for example, if you wanted to be able to vet who's making bookings with you. If you want to make sure you know the client, or you need to know a bit more detail about them, you can make sure you understand and make sure that you're a good fit for them. Or if you're very, very busy, obviously if you're lucky enough to be very busy and you're able to, you can pick and choose who you're teaching, then absolutely having required confirmation is really good. Just one thing to note is that when a client requests the booking, they won't have a payment taken from them, because obviously in case you decline it, it just means that, once you've accepted the booking, so you'll have an email that says, Harry's just requested a lesson with you at this time, this date, blah, blah, blah. And then you can either accept it or decline it, or you can accept it and then change the time, and then it obviously goes back to the client. It's entirely up to you. But obviously once it's been accepted, the client then gets an email saying, your booking's been accepted, now please pay for it. They click on the link, it's paid for, it's nice and easy. But again, not many coaches use that, but it's there if you do want it. So the next thing is, can it be cancelled? So we say, yes, it can be cancelled, but it needs to be, has to be more than 2 days before the lesson is due to take place. It just means you've got 2 days notice. If you don't want to take cancellations at all, obviously you can do that. And also you have your own cancellation policy as well. So if you wanted it to be 50% refund within a week and then no refund within 2 days, that's absolutely fine. You can specify that in your policy, which is under settings, and then under your policies, you can put that in there. And the next thing you want to do is go to availability. So availability here is the probably most important bit for you guys to get the hang of. So it says here max bookings per block. So it means what's the maximum number of people in each group or each lesson. So for example, if you're doing private lessons, you just put 1. If you're doing groups of 3, or 2, or 4. So for example, for us, we're just going to have individual lessons. So we're just going to say 1 booking per block, which just means you're going to have 1 person each lesson. And then minimum block bookable. So this is for people that are doing, if you're a freelance coach and you just want people to be able to book around your availability, for example, it means you can just say, you're available 9 till 5, Monday to Friday, and people can then just book on. But what you want is, you don't want people booking sort of like an hour before or, 10 minutes before sort of thing. So it means you can say, I don't want any bookings within 4 days, for example. So it just means that you won't have any people booking within 4 days, or you could just say 2 days or 1 day. It's entirely up to you, but let's just say 4 days, for example. And then maximum, so how far into the future can someone make a booking with you? Again, you don't want people booking a year in advance, because you don't know what you're doing, this time next year. So, again, you can just put in 2 months. So it means people can only book 8 weeks in advance of a lesson, which just means that you've still got the freedom to be able to change things around if you need to. And then requires a buffer period. So the buffer period, again, is more for your freelance coaches, that if you wanted to incorporate some travel time. So if you have to travel between your location to a yard, and then from that yard to another yard, you want to make sure you've got enough time. So for example, we could just put here 60 minutes. So it means there's a buffer period of 60 minutes between each booking, which just allows for that travel time between them. If you are doing a clinic, obviously you don't need a buffer period, so you can just ignore it. And if you are, if you're not a freelance coach, or if you're at one venue for the day, again, you can just ignore it. But that's just for the freelance coaches that want to allow some buffer period and buffer time between for travel time. Or for example, if you are doing 45-minute lessons, but you want them to be on the hour for every hour, so you can just put in, on the previous page on here in general, you just say fixed blocks, and you can put in 45 minutes. And then under availability, you just say buffer period of 15 minutes. And that means that you will have, and then if you start at 1 p.m, it means you can have a lesson at 1 p.m, 2 p.m, 3 p.m, 4 p.m, 5 p.m. And every lesson is 45 minutes, allowing 15 minutes in between each, obviously for yourself. But also with COVID, it means that you're reducing that crossover period as well between riders. So it's entirely up to you how you want to do that. If you ever do get stuck with that, again, just drop us an email, give us a call, we can help you out. But if you're just doing a clinic or anything like that, you can just ignore that. The next thing is obviously the ranges. So when are people able to book? Please just note this first block starts at, if could you please just obviously ignore this? Just pretend it's not there. You don't need to put in anything in there. It's more for our end, which we will be getting removed very soon. But for now, please just ignore where it says first block starts at. And if you just click on add range, here you can just add in your ranges. So for example, for us, we're doing a clinic. So I'm going to go down and say date range with time. And then that means I can put in here, let's say I want it to be on the 24th of September. So I put 24th in both of these. And I just say the first one starts at 9 AM. And then I want the last one, so the last lesson, I need it to finish at 5 PM, for example. And you just say bookable, yes. But obviously I could just say add activity there and that'd be done. That means that people then, obviously after adding your cost, but then people can book between 9 and 5 and it means that would all be set up. But let's say I wanted to add a lunch break for myself, for example. Again, you just put in the 24th of September, and then you just say I want a lunch break between 12 and 1. So if you ever wanted to add a break, or you wanted to make it so people can't book, this is really important at the moment. Again, it's something that we're sorting, but for now, whenever you are saying you don't want someone to book, if you just put in here, so for example, I want to have a break between 12 and 1, make sure that you put 12:01 to 12:59 and say bookable no. The reason for this is because the way that maths works, obviously you can't have a crossover of time. So for example, I can't have it that someone's lesson finishes at 12 and then me have 12 through to 1 off, because obviously I need to make sure that there is, it means I'll have a lesson at 12, but I'll also be having a break at 12 at that 1 minute. So it just means that you need to make sure there's no crossover of times. So whenever you are available, you obviously make sure you say available, but then when you're not available, if you just put in obviously 1 minute past the time and then make sure that you stop it 1 minute before the time of your break. And yeah, that's just really important to remember. If, again, you have any problems or your calendar doesn't quite look right, again, drop us an email, give us a call, and we're more than happy to help you. So once you've obviously put all of your details in and make sure you're happy with the start time, finish time, and any breaks or anything like that, just make sure that anything that you want to say bookable no, so anything that's got quite a high priority, so you want to make sure that no one's booking between 12 and 1, if you just drag this little cursor and just bring it to the top, it just means that it'll be prioritized above everything else. It just means that you're not going to have any booking between 12 and 1. For example, if you wanted to also, if someone said to you, oh look Harry, I want to have a lesson, but for whatever reason, I don't want to use a booking system, and you want to accept it, the booking is very simple and easy, but if they didn't want to and you're okay with that, obviously you can just click on add range. And again, you do exactly the same thing. I can just put in from the 24th to 24th, and then we can just say, let's say they wanted a book from 2. So again, I'm making sure I put 14:01 through to 14:59. Again, just making sure you got the 1 minute either side, bookable no, and then simply we can drag it up here. Once you're happy with everything and you're happy with all of that, and you've obviously put in your cost, so we're going to say cost £50. You can save it as a draft, or you can just say save changes. And once you say save changes, that's then live. So once you have done all that and you've submitted obviously your activity, as soon as you've done that and saved the changes, it means it goes live, and then obviously you can have your clients book onto it. If you just obviously press it as a save draft, it means it won't be published live, it'll just be under your activities. It means you can obviously alter that until you want it to go live. If you want to check it, obviously make sure you just click on here, just click view activity, and it'll view your activity here in a separate page, and as you can see, you've got Harry Sykes Showing Clinic, Harbour College, £50, 1 hour lesson at Harbour College with Harry Sykes. And you click on here, and you can see we've got 9 AM, 10 AM, 11 AM. So then that 11 AM slot will finish at 12. Then we've got a break, 12 till 1. Then you can book 1 till 2, but then I've obviously put in 2 till 3, someone else has booked, so it means no one can book that. And you've got 3 till 4, and then 4 till 5, and then finish at 5 o'clock, exactly how I wanted it. But your clients, all they can do is just click on a slot they want to book, and just say book now, and then obviously they go through and check out as they normally would. Here you can see on a map, you can also see where Hartbury is. And then you can, obviously people can save it to their favourites. They can view your profile from here as well. And then obviously when you go onto your profile after you've added your activities, or one activity or a couple of activities, you'll see here where it just says where your activities are. And obviously people can obviously sort by upcoming dates or recently added or lowest to highest priced. And by obviously doing this, it means that you've got your activity live. If at any time you wanted to change anything on your activities, just go onto activities and you can see here you can edit. But let's say I don't want it to be live anymore. I can simply just come down to the bottom and just say save draft. And that just means that now it isn't live, it's just saved as a draft. And if I do this, it means it's not actually part of the system now. It means it's just private to me, so only I can see it. And if I refresh our profile, you'll see that that's now gone, and it says please contact this coach to organise training sessions. So if you don't have any activities, that's what will come up. And once you add your activities, they'll all come up on this page down here. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it in terms of your activity. If you have any questions, then please do get in touch with us by email, or you can give us a call, and we're more than happy to help you. It's very quick and easy. And obviously we'll help you, we'll explain things to you so that in future you'll obviously have a better understanding, and hopefully you won't have any problems. But if you do have any problems, you can always just give us a call and we'll be more than happy to help. If you want to share any of your clinics or anything like that, down here you can just obviously share to Facebook, WhatsApp, Facebook Messenger, Twitter, an email, or you can click this and it just means it's copied and pasted the link. So this link here. So you can just copy, or cut, obviously copy paste, and then you can just paste it into your social media links or anything like that, and it means it will just come up. If you have any questions, as I said, do let us know. Just go on to support and your coach support page will come up. You've got lots of frequently asked questions, and we'll obviously have like a document of each of these videos that we're doing as well. But you can also scroll down to the bottom. You can drop us an email by just filling out this form, or you can give us a call 9 till 5, Monday to Friday. Feel free to do that. Thank you very much for watching, and we will see you in the next video. Thank you.